Hey. Hello. Guys, I am Alice. This is my virtual voice. Today we are going to discuss the latest report of UNAIDS and its implication on developing countries. So let us get started. Yes. It's very good news. For the first time since the global onset of the HIV/AIDS epidemic, the scales have tipped in favor of patients. The latest UNAIDS report released reveals that more than half of all people living with HIV now have access to HIV treatment. Further, globally AIDS-related deaths have almost halved since 2005, and of course things are not always good. The bad news is that the majority of the cases, nearly 95% of the cases in 2016 were concentrated in just 10 countries. India being one of them. India has 2.1 million people living with HIV, with 80,000 new infections annually, as of 2016. In 2005, the annual incidence was 150,000 people. India is the country where most new HIV infections are occurring in the Asia-Pacific region. While India has made big progress with new infections dropping significantly, the emergence of HIV in some locations that were earlier considered not high-burden areas is a cause for concern. While the world seems to be on track to reach the global target of 30 million people on treatment by 2020, access to medicines remains a major barrier and India plays a special role. The report states that although important progress has been made in improving access to medicines for people living with HIV, insufficient availability and poor affordability of essential medicines in low and middle-income countries remain major barriers. Actions focused on the intersections between intellectual property rights, innovation, and public health are vitally important for resolving market failures in medicine development and manufacture, unmet needs for research and development, and pricing. This is especially true in light of the concentration of the generic pharmaceutical industry in India and the global AIDS response's continued reliance on the Indian industry, which supplied nearly 90% of antiretroviral medicines in low and middle-income countries in 2015. Recent government order regarding capping the price of cardiac stents, an emergency device during a heart attack, has prompted manufacturers to stop production, shows the delicacies of market, supply and demand. The report ending AIDS talked about 90 target as annual score for progress. In 2016, 1.8 million people became infected with HIV. While this is a drastic decline from the peak of the epidemic in 1997 when 3.2 million got infected, experts maintain that since 2010, the decline in new infections have only been 16%. Going by this trend, the global target of reducing the figure to 5 lakh a year by 2020, adopted as a global target by UNAIDS in 2013, seems unattainable. So what is this ambitious 90 target UNAIDS has set? The idea behind the 90-90-90 target is 1. To diagnose 90% of people who are HIV positive. 2. To get 90% of the diagnosed HIV plus people on antiretroviral treatment. 3. To get 90% of those on antiretrovirals should be virally suppressed. This is attained when an HIV plus patient's viral load reaches an undetectable level, thus minimizing the risk of transmission. And thank you guys for watching my low-budget video to the very end. I am planning to make more informative, attractive videos on current issues. So please, subscribe my channel and do not forget to comment and make people know what is happening around them. Peace.